What's up, everybody? It's Piscean X here. I'm live on Meet Me as I'm recording this, but I want to talk about AI because with everything going on, I'm on a news report right now on my laptop. It says 2 sources familiar with the U.S. military's use of artificial intelligence confirmed that the U.S. used Anthropic's Claude AI model over weekend for the attack on Iran and is still using it. The Pentagon has not said exactly how the AI tool is being deployed, but it's being used despite a government-wide ban on the technology, announced after a dispute last week with the Pentagon. The conflict centered around Anthropic's push for guardrails that would explicitly prevent the military from using Claude to conduct mass surveillance on Americans or to power fully autonomous weapons. It's unclear if the Israeli army is also using Claude during this conflict. An IDF spokesperson did not respond to CBS News' request for comment. The IDF does use AI in conducting warfare and has its own quote-unquote lavender targeting system, which it used in the Gaza war. Ladies and gentlemen and aliens, it's time to lock in. Now more than ever. What you see on screen on the tablet is an advanced astrology course mastery assessment rubric. And the reason I have this pulled up and the reason why I'm even talking about warfare and whatnot is because AI and AGI is the new normal in the next 10 years, 20 years, even sooner. Palantir, all these big companies coming to the surface, people like Peter Thiel, Alex Karp. So what I'm going to do in this video is not only am I going to use DeepSeek AI to teach you astrology, and what I would do is go over this rubric with you guys. Essentially, it's designed to evaluate student mastery in an advanced astrology course. And this is just for beginners and also those of you that are just interested in astrology in general, because with Pluto and Aquarius, you're going to want to listen up and lock in. Also, Saturn and Aries, Neptune and Aries, it's time. So, this rubric is designed to evaluate student mastery. In an advanced astrology course, it assesses the ability to synthesize traditional techniques with modern psychological and evolutionary approaches, demonstrating critical thinking, ethical awareness, and professional level communication. The focus is on depth of interpretation, pattern recognition, and the coherent integration of multiple chart factors. Really quick, subscribe, like, and comment so you stay tuned. Share my videos around to your astrologer friends. And the grading scale, 90 through 100%, exemplary, demonstrates exceptional mastery and innovative synthesis. Proficient, 80 through 89%, demonstrates solid mastery and consistent competence. Developing, 70 through 79%, demonstrates basic understanding but lacks consistency or depth. And beginning, 60 through 69%, it demonstrates foundational knowledge but with significant gaps in application and synthesis. So now we have our foundational and technical proficiency, with the weight being 25%. And this section evaluates the student's grasp of advanced techniques and their accurate application. So we look at our criteria. We have advanced technique application, as well as predictive methodology, as well as synastry and composite dynamics. So for advanced technique application, for all of our criteria, we have exemplary A, proficient B, developing C, beginning D, and then our score out of 25 for each of the columns. So this is pretty cool because for our advanced technique application, our exemplary A says skillfully integrates advanced techniques, for example, midpoints, Arabian parts, fixed stars, minor aspects that are highly relevant and add significant depth to the interpretation. While our proficient B says correctly applies several advanced techniques, though they may be used in a more straightforward or less integrated manner. In our developing C is mentions advanced techniques but applies them in a rudimentary or occasionally inaccurate way, lacks clear integration with the core chart interpretation, and beginning. D, focuses slowly on basic planets and signs, fails to incorporate or incorrectly applies advanced techniques. Predictive methodology demonstrates a sophisticated synthesis of multiple predictive techniques, transits, progressions, solar arc, profections to weave a coherent narrative of a person's timeline showing clear cause and effect. Correctly identifies and interprets major transits and progressions. It can explain the general meaning of a current planetary influence. Lists current transits or progressions, but struggles to articulate their specific meaning or integrate them into a larger life theme. And also can identify transit, for example, Saturn return, but cannot accurately interpret its potential expression or significance. Then for synastry and composite dynamics, provides a nuanced analysis of relationship dynamics, identifying not just the aspects but the deeper psychological interplay, power dynamics, and karmic patterns between individual charts. Accurately interprets major aspects between charts and can describe the general nature of the relationship dynamics. Lists the aspects between charts but offers a superficial interpretation. For example, Venus trine Venus equals good without exploring the complexities. And then D would be struggles to identify or interpret the key aspects in a synastry or composite chart. So it looks like about 4 different parts. So we go from foundational and technical proficiency to synthesis and integrative interpretation, the core of advanced work where it assesses the ability to weave individual chart elements into a cohesive holistic portrait. Part 3 is professional practice and ethical application, where the section evaluates the student's readiness to apply their knowledge in a real-world, ethical, and client-centered context. And Part 4 is the capstone project, the final assessment, where this section is for evaluating a final comprehensive piece of work that ties the entire course together. It applies the criteria from parts 1 through 3 in a holistic manner, going through depth, originality, and insight, research and referencing if applicable, as well as professional presentation, professional portfolio. So what I'll do now is try not to cough my lungs out, but I'm a heavy smoker at the age of 21. So let's look up here on DeepSeek AI with Deep Think On and Deep Search on professional advanced astrology portfolio example. And so we can run down this. Someone in my live stream on Meet Me said, let's do it. I'm recently retired from NASA. They're saying they want to braid my hair. So that's a nice gesture. Most attacks have been AI or used as a model for years. I mean, yeah, for sure. For sure. It's just another way to keep us stuck in their digital political warfare scheming, but I believe AI could be used as a tool to help us learn what we want to learn as individuals without years and years of effort. But it just depends on the person and who you're talking to. So let's take a look at this, where we have our professional portfolio, and here's why it matters. So it demonstrates expertise, including proficiency in chart synthesis, predictive techniques, and various astrological systems. It builds trust, provides evidence of your skills through case studies, sample reports, and client testimonials. It defines your brand. It communicates your unique approach, whether psychological, evolutionary, traditional, or remedial. And it attracts ideal clients. It helps potential clients understand what working with you entails and whether your style resonates with them. So here's our essential components of an advanced astrology portfolio. with the portfolio components, the purpose, and the example content. So our professional brand and website creates the first impression. It showcases visual identity and services. Custom design site with cohesive color palette, professional bio, credentials, and booking system. Sample written reports demonstrates interpretive depth and writing style. In-depth profile reports with sections on hemisphere emphasis, elements, modes, luminaries, and karmic direction. Case studies, anonymized, shows practical application and problem-solving skills, chart analysis with client permission, focusing on specific life themes or questions, as well as social media and educational content, demonstrates ability to teach and engage audiences. Instagram templates covering houses, planets, aspects, and astrological events, as well as credentials and education, builds credibility and trust. Formal diplomas, certificates, for example, Jyotish, Alankar, Acharya, research work, and continuing education. So, like a model portfolio structure inspired by successful professional astrologers. Amy Tripp, LMSW, licensed master social worker, create a website called Star Heal that combines her therapeutic background with astrology. So our site features like galaxy-inspired design with constellations, sunset images, and dark blues, blacks, creating visual harmony between vulnerability and strength. Clear service offerings, consultations, and astrology reports. Integrated booking system for instant client scheduling. Bio highlighting both clinical credentials and astrological expertise, as well as featured in dozens of articles with significant social media following. So now we look at like a written report, structure and depth. So like, for example, Cafe Astrology's in-depth profile report demonstrates professional grade written content. So an advanced portfolio should include similar depth. Like the first section would be structure and the intent of your life. So hemisphere and quadrant emphasis, analysis of whether planets cluster in upper or lower hemispheres, showing extroversion versus introversion, Western hemisphere emphasis indicating tendency to seek others' approval. The elements and modes, breakdown of fire, earth, air, water, distribution with personalized interpretation, ascendant and midheaven, detailed sign placement, and aspects to these angles. As well as a planetary analysis, Sun through Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, because that's generational influences, and transcendence, summation, uniqueness factors, easiest areas of life, growth aspects, karmic direction, etc. This channel is educational and social media content. We do astrology 101 posts, zodiac sign insights, elements breakdown, house meanings, planet roles, astrological events, major aspects. Could get a 2-year diploma in astrology, Jyotish Alankar, and Jyotish Acharya. Specialized training in remedial astrology, such as mantras, medication, charity, wal kitab. Work experience, astrology consultant, senior editor, content writer for major astrology platform, or freelancing. And research, ongoing research in various astrological topics, publications, horoscopes, Vedic astrology reports, and articles for affiliates. So what makes this portfolio advanced is the fact that there is integration of multiple modalities, combines astrology with therapy, numerology, palmistry, or tarot for holistic approaches. Sophisticated branding, visual identity reflects astrological themes, so galaxy, constellations, while maintaining professionalism. Depth of analysis, sample reports show synthesis of multiple techniques, not just basic placements. Formal credentials, advanced degrees, diplomas, and ongoing research demonstrate commitment to the field. Published work, articles, columns, or content creation for established platforms. Predictive proficiency demonstrates stability with transits, progressions, and timing techniques. We have to define your niche and your brand, create the sample work, establish professional online presence, gather credentials and testimonials, present everything cohesively in red flags to avoid in your profile, portfolio, outdated information, generic content, poor presentation, and missing context. So in another video I just uploaded, or I'm about to upload very soon, we were messing around on Perplexity AI to produce certain images so I can give you guys more visuals, because the AI apps I'm using, or the websites that I want to use to make videos with the astrology lectures in them, they cost money, and right now I have to figure that out slowly but surely. But we're on Perplexity AI, and what I'm going to do is just ask it to generate images of like AI warfare, nuclear enhanced with like dark aura to it, like cyberpunk maybe, I don't know. Let's say dark aura. I kind of want to see what it comes up with, just for fuck's sake. Like, dude, those are some crazy images too. Like, going through these pictures they generate is so fucking cool. But it's not like nearly what I was imagining. Maybe this is kind of like, hang on. There we go. This is kind of what I was thinking about. Like, an image like this kind of makes sense. As well as this. AI and nuclear weapons. That's a fucking sick image. And then it just tells you the source, like, right on the screen, like, at the top of the screen. Believe it or not, a lot of my thumbnails for my videos have been from Perplexity AI. Like, I just ask it to generate images and it comes up with quite a few to choose from. If we ask, like, it comes up with other ideas, like generate videos. I don't think it can do that, so I'm not sure why that's even a prompt. But it says generate videos.